Hello everyone, welcome back to the Empower Journal, a space to create the life you want to live. In this podcast space, we explore stories of resilience, purpose, and impact. I'm your host Dev, welcoming you all to episode 42 of Old Hearts and New Apps. Okay, can we talk about love this week without filters today? Because it's Valentine's week and suddenly the world behaves like everyone is either blissfully in love or tragically single. I know, right? But I also know that's not our reality. Our reality is layered. It's like swiping in the nights, decoding the yes, no, pretending like you don't care while you absolutely do. It's listening to your parents say, just meet him once, things like that. And sometimes it feels like modern dating has complicated everything, like technology has made love harder. Has it really? Or has it just made it louder? Okay, let me start with a question. Have you ever stared at your phone after sending a message and thought, why did I send that? Was that too much? Should I have just waited? Just be honest to yourself, because I have. And I have spoken to so many women who say the same thing. I have spoken to many women who manage teams, close deals, handle crisis, and then tell me, the moment I like someone, I become emotionally confused. And I get it. You know something, I have noticed in a lot of conversation with women lately, like it's not heartbreak that confuses us most. It's inconsistency. Nothing obviously wrong has happened. No argument, no fight, no clear rejection. Just conversation that feels slightly flatter, generic replace, plans that move on from let's do this to let's see. And suddenly, without anyone asking you to change, you notice that you've already. You think twice before sharing something exciting to others or the person you like. You don't mention that stressful day at work because maybe this isn't the right time. You wait before calling, you hold back enthusiasm, you tone down curiosity. Not because the other person said it, but because somewhere you started feeling maybe I shouldn't seem to be too invested. And this happens quietly. No announcements, no drama, just a subtle shift from expressing to managing, from being to editing. And that's an important moment, guys, because sometimes it's not rejection that tells you something is off. Sometimes it's the moment you start performing calmness, the moment you begin calculating how much of yourself is acceptable, the moment you realize connection feels like something you need to maintain instead of something you can relax into. Obviously, right? And in the world of instant replies and constant availability, we have normalized that feeling. We call it taking it slow, we call it even being practical, or we call it not rushing. But sometimes it's actually self-censorship. Yes, I found this word today. Okay, let's understand why does that happen. Why can a grown, capable, financially independent woman suddenly feel so emotionally exposed? Very familiar, right? Here is something grounding. It's not because the modern love or apps ruined it for you. It's because your brain is ancient. Think about it. Your brain did not evolve for blue ticks. It evolved for connection. When you like someone and they respond warmly, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical linked to reward and motivation. And when they disappear or delay, uncertainty kicks in. Your stress response activates. And your body reacts like something important is at risk. And that's really wild when you think about it. Because logically, it's just a message. But emotionally, it doesn't feel just. And here is the shift I want you to feel today. Instead of judging yourself for reacting, what if you simply understood yourself? Because we always try to understand others, right? But try to understand yourself for a change. There are 3 core systems operating inside you, which is physical attraction, the immediate spark. There is this romantic focus. How do I say? Like the obsession phase where one person suddenly becomes very interesting. And there is attachment, the steady, calm bond that grows over time. These systems existed long before dating apps. long before arranged marriage, even long before the Valentine's Day marketing. So, when you feel butterflies, that's not modern drama, that's human wiring. So, relax. Technology didn't invent it, technology just speeds up the access to triggers, and speed can feel overwhelming sometimes. Have you ever liked someone nice, stable, consistent, but felt unsure because it wasn't intense? Been there, right? I have heard this so often. He's good, but I don't feel the spark. And I gently ask, do you feel safe? Because here is something we don't talk about enough. Sometimes we confuse anxiety with passion. If someone makes you constantly wonder where you stand, that's not chemistry, that's instability. If you feel like you are performing calmness just to stay desirable, that's not romance, that's fear of rejection. Because real connection doesn't make you strategize your personality. And many times, many times, anxiety and passion can feel similar. And that's where we lose out the game. Because intensity can feel like chemistry, but stability builds love. We have been conditioned by movies to believe that love must feel dramatic. But let me tell you this, drama only activates adrenaline, not attachment. Real attachment feels calm, sometimes almost boring in the beginning, I would say. And in the midst of the swipe culture, calm doesn't always stand out. Which brings me into something else, choice. Because I think that's what technology has given us. We have so much of it, too much sometimes. You can meet 10 new people in a week. You can scroll through hundreds of profiles. And somewhere in the abundance, a quiet thought creeps in. What if there is someone better? Have you felt it? Even when someone is genuinely good. That's not selfishness, let me tell you that. That's cognitive overload. Our brains are not wired for endless romantic option. So let's understand that first. So instead of feeling grateful, we feel unsure about that one genuine person. And then we hesitate and then we say, I'm just exploring. But are you exploring or are you just afraid to choose? That's the hard question. Now let's add the cultural layer to it. Because our story isn't just individual, right? It's cultural. You might be talking to someone privately, and the next morning your father forwards you a biodata PDF with height, education, family background, profile, and horoscope. And suddenly, you are living in two different timelines. Modern autonomy and traditional expectations. You are not confused, absolutely not. You are navigating complexity here. And that deserves compassion, which our culture is not ready for. I once spoke to a listener who said she was seeing someone from an app while also meeting arranged prospects. She felt guilty and she required some validation. Like she was cheating the process. But she wasn't actually. She was gathering information, I would say. She was trying to understand what felt aligned. And that's growth. One more thing, what I have noticed is women today are slower, more intentional. They are not rushing engagements in just 3 meetings. They are asking questions like, can we disagree respectfully? How do you handle stress? Do you respect my ambition? Etc. etc. And that's not being difficult. That's being discerning. And discernment is power. Let's talk about boundaries for a minute. If someone only texts at night, if they avoid clarity, and if they keep you guessing, and you feel anxious more than peaceful, that's information, not a challenge to prove your worth. You don't need to earn consistency because it's a baseline. And I want to say something gently but very clearly. If someone pulls you away when you express standards, they were never aligned. You don't lose someone meant for you by having boundaries. You filter out misalignment. And that's maturity. Now, let me ask you something personal. Are you dating from fear? Like fear of being alone, missing out, disappointing family, or fear of even being late? Or are you dating from clarity? Clarity about your values, about your pace, about what feels safe. Because the truth is, the stage has changed. We have DMs, swipes, video calls, family group discussion. But your heart, it hasn't changed. that thing still wants respect, consistency, emotional safety, and shared vision. And those are timeless. So, this Valentine's week, instead of asking, why haven't I found the one? Try asking, am I trusting myself? When you slow down, when you observe patterns, you would choose calm over chaos, I would say. So, love is not about speed, it's about alignment, and alignment takes time. You are not behind, you are not too much, you are not difficult. You are navigating love in a generation where women finally have options, and options require discernment. So, I repeat, old hearts and new apps, and in your term. And before we go, just a quick personal note. For the longest time, really longest time, I thought being self-aware would make dating simple. Like once you know your patterns, your boundaries, your worth, you will make right choice, like calm choices. But the truth is, you can understand yourself deeply and still wonder if that text message sounded okay. Growth doesn't mean you stop feeling unsure. It just means you don't abandon yourself when you do. So wherever you are this Valentine's week, single, dating, talking, confused, or happily avoiding all of it, take your time. The right connection won't rush your clarity. It will respect it. And also, this may or may not apply once you're married. So please use this advice responsibly. And if this episode resonated with you, don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Empowered Journal on Spotify and Amazon Prime Music, and share this with someone who might need it today. And let me come back to you with more inspiring episodes, new guests, and meaningful inside conversations every week. This is Dev signing off. Nandri!